Welcome to my channel. I'm Gary Wiriawan and today is another everyday photography vlog. I'm here in the countryside near a restaurant where I have vlogged previously. You can check out that vlog right here. But anyway, I'm on a different vantage point trying to photograph this beautiful paddy field in a really nice sunny day in the afternoon, almost in the evening. And we also have some plantation area for the vegetables and that kind of stuff. I think it looks cool, so I want to try to capture it with my micro four thirds camera. Today I'm focusing on just one camera, and that camera is the Panasonic Lumix GX8. I haven't been using the GX8 for a while. I kept using the smaller cameras like the GX85 or the GX850, and I forget how awesome the GX8 is. It's a little bit bigger than those guys, but the ergonomics is just fantastic. So today I want to try to rekindle my love with the GX8 again. Anyway, this is part of my everyday photography vlog. You can watch the other videos right here. And in terms of the lenses today, I'm just going to use two lenses. One is the kit lens that comes with the GX850 and also the GX85, and that is the Panasonic Lumix 12 to 32mm kit lens. And then the other lens is the Panasonic Lumix 35 to 100mm f4 to f5.6 little telephoto lens. Used to be my favorite telephoto lens. It still is actually, but I haven't been using it for a long time. I've been trying to rekindle my love with the Olympus 75mm, and I kind of forget how awesome the little 35 to 100mm lens is. Right now, let's try to take some pictures. Alright, so for our first picture of today, I'm going to use the Panasonic Lumix GX8 combined with the 35 to 100mm f4 to f5.6 little telephoto lens. I haven't been using this lens for a while, and I saw somebody's working on the field right there. Let's try to capture him or her. Right, that guy is right there. So this is aperture priority f5.6, 100mm. Try to capture the picture of that guy. Maybe I will crop in later. Anyway, let's turn on electronic shutter because the GX8 has a little bit of that, shutter shock kind of defect from the factory. Not on every GX8, but this one is particularly strong. So yeah, just simple vertical composition. I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera. Anyway, I haven't been using the GX8 for quite a while. I'm really liking the ergonomics of the camera. As you can see, the handle is quite big. The manual control is just really nice. In fact, why don't we just shoot in full manual? Never really do that, do we? So let's set the ISO still in auto. Let's increase the shutter speed to about 400. It's quite windy right now. I hope there's no wind being captured by the microphone, things like that. Let's try to play around with the crop a little bit. I want to try to raise the camera just a little bit like this, so we have less of the paddy field and more of the sky. Let's try a more balanced kind of composition, so like 50-50 between the paddy field and the sky. I'm putting the guy right in the middle of the frame. Maybe I will crop him later, I don't know. So let's try horizontal this time, still 100mm. The screen on the GX8 is just so big and so nice to use. I love it. Right, let's try to find something else over there. Maybe we have something that we can photograph. All that I really need is just a small point as an anchor for the eye, as a point of interest in the frame. Maybe I will try to photograph the BTS tower for the cell phone reception right there with the BTS tower, and we have some layers on the foreground. We have some small plants on the paddy field, and then the trees, and then the tower as sort of the main object on the background. Vertical composition, just to keep it in the spirit of the height of the tower. I think we got some bird on the last frame. I think it looks cool. Let's try that palm tree right there. Maybe we can find something nice. Very Indonesian, paddy field and some trees. Let's try to crouch down a little bit so we can have a little bit of a depth of field effect from the paddy field. Let's try. I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera. Nice, really nice. let's try something else. What else can we photograph? I want to try to capture this, plantation area. They're planting some, plants right there, vegetables maybe. I want to try to capture it together with the paddy field, and also using the trees on the background as sort of a layer. There's no real point of interest except for maybe that little tree right there. Maybe we can use it as sort of a point of interest to anchor the viewer's eye. Maybe don't really work, I don't think so. So yeah, let's try this one instead. Vertical composition 35mm. Just a very simple composition. Again, as I mentioned on many of my other videos, you can crouch to get more, effect for the foreground. You can get more foreground, less foreground, that kind of stuff. Alright, still with the GX8, I switched lens to the 12 to 32mm kit lens that comes with the Panasonic GX85. I don't bring my GX85 right now, I just bring the GX8 and the Leica. I'm not really sure if I want to use the Leica today, but anyway, this is the tree that we tried to photograph earlier from that side, so I just walk over here, and maybe I want to try to, make use of it into some sort of a foreground of interest, but I need a wider angle kind of lens to do that. So yeah, let's try to find the composition, something like this, a little bit wide angle, a little bit. I need to go back a little bit so that we can have more in the frame. Something like this I think looks really good. Let's try to raise the camera just a little bit. Right, 12mm f5.6. I'm in full manual. I think I need to increase the shutter speed, 600 maybe. I'm watching on the histogram right here. As you can see, we have the histogram. I can still kind of push it a little bit more to the right to get a more cleaner kind of image. It's not going to clip. I can still recover the highlight in RAW. I'm shooting in RAW, by the way. So in Lightroom, I can just do that. So anyway, let's try to capture the picture. Something like this, f5.6, 500, full manual, electronic shutter, 12mm. Let's try horizontal composition. I need to get closer. Maybe something like this. Let's try vertical again. Let's try to not include the foreground fully. Let's just use a little part of it. Maybe we will zoom in later to one of the flower or something like that. But I want to try to use this tree as sort of a framing device. Maybe let's try to use that houses right there as sort of a main point of interest for the eye. Something like this. Alright. Really nice. It's not really too balanced in my opinion. Makes the image feels a little bit heavy to the left, but I'm still liking it. It doesn't really matter for me personally. Maybe we can do something like this. Alright. Does it work? Please let me know in the comment down below. What do you think using this part of the tree as sort of a framing device? But anyway, I want to try to capture this area right here. As you can see, we have the plantation area that we photographed earlier. I want to try to capture it with the 12 to 32mm. Zooming into about 32mm. I love the layered looks. I think we need to crank up the exposure a little bit. I'm decreasing the shutter speed. This is full manual once again. But I'm afraid I'm going to clip the sky, even though the histogram is telling me I'm not clipping anything. So yeah, let's just reduce the shutter speed. We'll recover the shadow later in post-processing. Something like this. I like the layered looks of the plants and the trees, the interplay between the layers. It's so nice, so nice. I'm enjoying the GX8 really. I haven't been using the GX8 for a while. I'm all into the small light thingy, but you know, this is not that much bigger, not that much heavier, but the handling is just so much better. I want to try to isolate one of the flowers. Let's try to do that with the 12 to 32. Maybe that guy right there. I don't think you can see what's going on the camera. Something like this, maybe. Too small. Let's try to come closer. Maybe you can do that. It looks sketchy, but no, I'm not going to do that. There are some animals down there. It's dangerous. All right, something like this. Are you focusing? I hope so. Yep. Anyway, speaking of focus, the single autofocus speed on the GX8 is just incredible. It's as fast as the other cameras, of course, but the GX8, it's just really something. All right, 32mm f5.6. I'm focusing on one of the flowers right here. All right. Right, what about that guy? Let's try to isolate, and we can still get a little bit of background blur even though this is f5.6 and it's just a kit lens, as long as we can get close. Yep. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for today's vlog. Hopefully this has been inspiring, entertaining, informative. Please let me know on the comments down below which one is your favorite picture. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my channel even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below, or use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.